All right, so today we're going to replace this lit, or was lit, LED strip on this 2018 Audi Q7. This is the same thing on Q5s, Q7s, and any of the Audis from basically 2016 onward that have these lit up door sills. The way they designed these was a very much an afterthought. They have this basically this little ribbon cable with two connectors that goes right over this area here, and right underneath of this, the door weather stripping. So in northern climates and such, I bought this one here used. Supposedly it still works, but you can already see some corrosion there. That's what happens. Basically, they're subject to everything that ends up in this area. And as you can see, this car, this is a northern climate. It is December 21st. No matter, I've got WeatherTech floor mats in here, but still you get stuff that spills on here, and it's not good. So anyways, I want to replace it. I like it to keep everything working. So I'm going to pull up this trim. This trim just pulls straight up, and we'll do that right now. So yeah, to pull the trim up, it's got several of these little silver clips on the bottom. Just be careful so we don't break the trim. But basically, there we've got 5 of them off. And you don't have to take this forward trim out. As soon as you take this trim up like this, you'll be able to see underneath here that where the little ribbon cable goes. So I'm just going to pull up on the carpet here. So I've pulled up on the carpet and the trim here, and you can see how corroded that little ribbon is. The carpet is a little moist here, and again, even with the WeatherTechs in here, it's impossible to keep it perfectly dry. And even with hitting your boots outside the vehicle before you get in, it just happens. So I'm gonna clean this all up. When I put the new one in, I'm gonna wrap it in something so it's not so exposed, maybe. See if I can mitigate this or prevent it from happening as quickly. Anyways, yeah, the plug is just inside of there. Little 2-pin little guy. And once we get that disconnected, we're just gonna pull up the weather stripping here a little bit to get it off of there. So let's see that. Let's be right back. And there we have it. We just pulled up a little bit on the weather stripping. You don't want to deform it too much, because then it'll just never go back in properly. But just pull it up a little bit here on the bottom. There's where the ribbon cable goes through. Again, like I said, look, very much an afterthought on these vehicles. But people want lit up door sills. We'll give them the lit up door sills, and we'll implement it in a manner which a 8th grader probably could have figured out. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Okay, so now the connector for this little lit sill strip thing is down in the bowels, about 4 inches below the edge here. Ideally, one would take the driver's seat out to get the carpet out, but you can just see the black connector right there, and you can see the little release clip on it, just in the very bottom of the image there below the ribbon. Again, it's kind of a pain to get to, but all right, I ended up taking the 10 minutes to remove the 4 bolts and put the seat up. Just 4 triple square bolts. And once you get the seat out, under the seat connectors, you can see here is the plug for that strip. So we'll unplug this, and then we'll try the new one on here. And there we have it, plugged into the replacement one. And it lights up. So what we're going to do is, along this edge here that's prone to to the corrosion, where's the old wire here, like if this is just all falling apart, and it just once it starts corroding, it just propagates through the whole ribbon cable. Just a poor design. This should have been something a little more shielded, so this doesn't happen. But hey, that's why we have these easy fixes. So this is put on with just double-sided tape. The replacement one here was used, and it came with it. So I'm going to scrape this double-sided tape off, and I'm going to use a plastic trim removal, a little thing to scrape this old one off of here, and then the new one. There are a couple of locating pins on it, so that you don't put it in the wrong spot. But yeah, we'll put this together, and then I think I'm going to actually maybe throw some heat shrink over the end of this in the area here that is prone to getting wet underneath the carpet right here. Again, the carpet is a little bit wet right now, and I figure if I put something over top of that ribbon right there in that area, that's the worst. I mean, even here, like, it's just a bad design. Okay, now we've got this all cleaned up and we got the new one ready to go in. What I like to do to get rid of all, this body tape and stuff with this two-sided trim tape is a little bit of locker thinner. This stuff works great, and it won't attack the factory finish on any paint with hardener. So cleaned it all up. Took this other one I had, scraped all the adhesive off, put some new double-sided 3M trim tape on here. Did improvise a little bit. I left a couple gaps on the bottom side of it just so, I don't know, hopefully if any moisture or anything gets in there, that these little gaps maybe help it drain out instead of being a solid thing. And I did wrap this ribbon. Now this is going to either keep all the moisture in and make it rot even quicker, or maybe, hopefully, it'll do what I intended to do, and that is to maybe slow down the effects of time and rust. Rust never sleeps. So yeah, we're going to throw this on here, and then we're going to tuck it in, plug it in, and should be good to go. Since this 3M trim tape is so sticky, a good practice is to, if you have a long strip and you don't want to accidentally have it, stick down and then you've ruined it, is you just peel off the corners a little bit, and then you just, peel away the rest of this adhesive. Sorry. I'll put this back where it was here, and you just sort of peel it all the way along, and then once you've got it all out, then you can press it in, and should be good to go. Back in its original spot. Okay, so we got the new sill plate in, LED works. We routed the ribbon cable over the pinch weld, put this back in, put the trim in, put the C back in, and all is well. There will be more than likely a fault for airbag fault. If you disconnect the battery before you start this, you will not get an airbag fault, but I have VCDS, so that'll easily clear up. But just be forewarned, if you do start this, there is an airbag connector as one of the connectors under the seat. So yeah.